Hey, what's going on? I'm Asork, or otherwise known as Kiv, and today I want to just talk about Black Ops 3, some things that I hope don't happen, and I guess also in a way, some things that I'm worried about that might happen. But without further ado, let's roll that intro! Alright, so that was a very controversial start to this video, but I really wanted to voice my opinion on some things that I'm worried about, and some things that I hope that Treyarch gets control of, because although they are having a beta, and I do trust Treyarch as a developer, let's just establish that I enjoy their games, and they are fun to play, but I do have a couple of concerns, and some things that I'm a bit worried about, naturally, because the last two Call of Duties haven't exactly been standouts. So I guess you could call this video some things that I'm worried about that might happen, and that will cause Black Ops 3 to not be as enjoyable as it could be. So the first thing that I'm concerned about is the spamming of the movement system, and yes, they do have this sort of exo glide slash, I guess you could call it a drift sort of movement, dash? Is dash the right way to say it? But I don't really know what to call it, but it's not the exo boost that we've seen in Advanced Warfare. It's different, it's not as vertical, and I believe it's going to be more focused on horizontal movement, and it's not going to be as excessive. So that's not their main innovation. Their main innovation is this little ability thing that different characters have, and that I'm going to talk about later, but what I really want to focus on is that I hope that this movement system isn't something that people can spam around in public matches, because that's what I really hated about Advanced Warfare. It was very difficult to keep your targets on track, and people would basically just keep boosting around the map, and that was basically the main way to win a gunfight. I mean, 3/4 of Advanced Warfare gunfights were won by movement. If you weren't boost jumping in some way, then you were probably going to lose that gunfight, which is what I really didn't like about Advanced Warfare, that movement was so much of it. I'm not the kind of person to jump shot and drop shot that often, but I do know a lot of people that do that towards me. In Black Ops 2, I can still win gunfights. If they jump shot or drop shot, I can still win the gunfight or have a decent go at it. In Advanced Warfare, I couldn't really do that, and that's why I hope that this exo movement, I guess I'm going to call it, is toned down compared to what it was in Advanced Warfare, and can't be spammed to win gunfights, because, I mean, even Optic Scumpy and professional players would lose a lot of gunfights to people in public games, because they would just simply jump around too much and be too difficult to keep a good track of. It was just too much, and it wasn't exactly what we were looking for in Call of Duty, simply because the game's not all about jumping around the place. Moving on to the second one, it's gun balance. This is a massive thing when it comes to Call of Duty, because if the guns aren't balanced, then it's just people walking around with one type of gun, and that is essentially multiplayer. It is, if you are not using that gun, you are going to lose. That's what some previous Call of Duties have been like. Ghosts and Advanced Warfare are good examples. The BAL ASM-1 from Advanced Warfare, and in Call of Duty Ghost, the MSBS. I'm kinda hoping that they're gonna balance the guns in Black Ops 3 similar to their previous games, where there are some guns that are powerful, but that are slightly more powerful, but the bad guns are not impossible to use. Nice little faded quad feed here. It's difficult to explain, but in some way all the guns in the previous Treyarch games have been somewhat overpowered. I know what I'm saying sounds really weird right now, but stick with me here. A good player can pick up a bad gun and have a somewhat decent chance at doing good. If a player picks up a bad gun in Ghosts or Advanced Warfare, he doesn't have as much of a chance at doing good, because some of the guns are just potato guns compared to the other ones that are available to use. Of course the beta will help with that, but there's also the case of balancing the abilities and stuff that they're implementing as well. The abilities are their new innovation as well, similar to Destiny, where there are different characters or classes, I guess you could call them, and they each have a special ability that they can probably use about twice, maybe 3 times a game, and that's going to be very, very interesting to see how it affects multiplayer, because if these are similar to what we have seen in Destiny, then it could be a serious game changer for not only normal public matches, but competitive play, montages, because it's very easy to stop a sniper or a person on a really long kill streak with those sorts of, abilities, if those abilities are very powerful like they are in Destiny. So that's why I think that some serious balancing could be applied to those as well. And finally, just give us some damn good score streaks. We've had bad score streaks for a while now in these past 2 Call of Duties. Give us all something amazing, like the chopper gunner from Black Ops 1, and for God's sakes, bring back the VSAT. Everyone loves it. Everyone in the community loves the VSAT. Don't give us some fake little interpretation of it. Give us the VSAT, the Blackbird, whatever you want to call it. It is amazing. Everyone loves it. 10 out of 10, would recommend. But that's just about it from me, everyone, and seeing how the gameplay is coming to an end, I guess I'll catch us all in the next episode. I've been Asork, or otherwise known as Kiv, and I'm out.